What's up, everybody? This is Chaz. I'm a certified financial planner for America's Retirement Headquarters here in Maumee, Ohio. And this is Trends at 10. And what we try to do is just talk about some of the investable trends that we're seeing in the markets that hopefully you could take advantage of. And along the way, make a little bit of money. And hopefully along the way, we make a lot of friends. So if you like what we're talking about, click like, subscribe to our channel, and put a couple comments in the comments section. This is what we want to talk about. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree, maybe there's something else that you want to talk about, but let us know whatever it is. So today, hey, I got some news for you. Today, I want to talk about the modern day, the real life Tony Stark. I'm talking billionaire, playboy, all the best tech. He's got a spaceship. He's traveled to the space and moon and space stations. He got satellites. Yeah, I'm talking about Elon Musk. And I want to specifically talk about his company, Tesla, and their investment in Bitcoin. They dropped $1.5 billion. That's billion, $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. And to my understanding, that is actually their 2020, their entire R&D and research and development budget for 2020. So what does that mean for investors like you and me? Basic Joe and client on Main Street. What does that mean? Does that mean we should dump our entire 401k and go full on? Absolutely not. But does it represent a trend that we should take notice of? And the answer is yes. And I think the entire world has taken notice of this investment in Bitcoin. And so you should too. So in today's Trends at 10, I want to talk about 3 things that you should be considering. The first is, like Simon Sinek says, always start with why. And as an investor, I do, you should too. You should think, why is this happening? Why is something happening? Why is Bitcoin going through the roof? Well, the first point that I want to make is that you cannot deny the utility of Bitcoin. What I mean is that it is revolutionary technology that's changing the world in a sense. You cannot deny that it has some wide-ranging implications. It's essentially a link that I have with every other human on the planet digitally. And so it's not going away. The other point is it's not going away. You can't stop Bitcoin. So I know a lot of Bitcoin pessimists would say, well, the government's going to shut it down. Well, in order for the government to shut it down, they would actually have to be able to count the atoms in the universe. They would have to know how many atoms in the universe there are. And that is actually how difficult it is to crack that code. It is infinitesimally impossible, unfathomably unrealistic that somebody could ever hack or accidentally guess your private key to your Bitcoin. The number is, I think, quadrillion. It's the largest number that I've ever seen. It would take the entire Trends at 10 minutes to say the number. There's 78 zeros. It's 10 to the 78th power is the probability that could happen. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. And so it's not going away. Even if the government said punishable by law, punishable by death, you cannot buy Bitcoin ever again. Even if the government said that, they couldn't shut it down because there is no centralized government or centralized banking institution that governs Bitcoin. So it's not going to happen unless they shut down the internet. So that's not going to happen either. You're going to get these hands if you shut the internet down. I need my internet. The second point is that it is extremely volatile. I mean, I'm talking wide 400% swings in 1 year. Less than a year ago, it was around $10,000 a coin. Now it's up to $45,000. It went up 12% alone just on Elon Musk's news of the investment. So as an investor, if you're planning on or if you're considering investing in Bitcoin, you really need to be of the mindset that this money, technically, you might lose. You may not ever see it again. So you have to be willing to have that mindset going in that if you lose the money, oh well. And so that just means that it can't be a huge part of your portfolio. And then the third point that I want to make at this Trends at 10 is that there's just a lot of euphoria right now in the market. Why is that important? Well, to take a page out of the best investor of all time, in my opinion, Warren Buffett, he would say that you need to be fearful when others are greedy. and greedy when others are fearful. And there is just so much greed right now. It started in 2020 with the NASDAQ stocks, the Facebooks and Amazons of the world, the FANG stocks as we call them. Year over year, double-digit return, 40% year over year returns. Then it spilled over into Tesla. Then in 2021, it spilled over into GameStop and AMC and some of these names that essentially were effectively out of business. I mean, their business model was so antiquated. For instance, GameStop sold discs of games and CDs and things like that you don't even need anymore. So, but yet and still their stock rose more than 500% in some cases. And so there's just so much euphoria, so much optimism in the market that as an investor, you need to almost be pessimistic, or at the very least, patient in looking for a good opportunity and a good entry point. So those are my trends at 10 today. I want you to really consider taking a closer look and at the concept of Bitcoin, not recommending that you jump right into it, of course, but if you're not sure, if you'd like to get more information and kind of just learn about what Bitcoin is, and as Simon Sinek says, start with why, if you want to understand why there's all this buzz around Bitcoin, tune in to our webinar on February 25th. It's going to be at 4 o'clock. We're going to talk about why Bitcoin. Again, why all this big run up? Why is all this buzz and why is it in the news every day? Then we're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about what the utility is and the advantages that it has over other currencies like the dollar and the euro, what we call fiat currencies, some of the utility that it has and other advantages. And then we're going to talk about how. How do you do it? How do you buy it safely and securely? But I want to talk about it, and I want to bring this information to our viewers. And I want to be your thinking out of the box sort of specialist when it comes to investments, and at least give you the tools and the knowledge to make those informed decisions for yourself. So that is our trends at 10 today. My name is Chaz Price. I'm a certified financial planner. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to be back on Tuesday with another video, probably going to be talking about Bitcoin again, leading up to our webinar. And again, I'm going to put the link to our Zoom webinar in the comment section of this post so that you can tune in and watch it. So that is your trends at 10. Thank you guys so much for your time. Look forward to talking to you again. Leave me a comment, hit the like button. Appreciate your time, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.